So now that we set up the dim style, we are going to proceed with dimensioning our drawing. Okay, so here it's already set to dim tick. So if we select the dimension, right, we have a selection of linear, angled, angular, arc, radius, and all that such, right? Since we are going to do just this, just floor plan for now, I guess the main thing that we're going to use is this linear dimension. Okay, so if we do that, uh, what we're doing is to dimension something that is in the viewport on paper space. Okay, let me check one thing. I did put the PS dim, good. Okay, so the dimension command, I'm going to select the corner there, and I'm going to select, let's say, the corner there, and if I drag and pull out onto that, out of that space, there I have the dimension style that we set. 1/8 inch extensions, what was it, 3/16 inch away from the object, and our dimension is over our line with that says 24 foot with the zero suppression not on there, so that it says 0 inches, right? If we had that zero suppression checked on, then this 0 will not show up. So there we have a simple dimension line. So we'll do that for one direction, and we'll do that for another direction as well. Okay, I'll put that here for now. I'm going to have to start moving some of these drawings around so that I have space for this stuff. Okay, let's say we have, that's alright, we can select other dimension styles, like this one, continuous, right? That means that we can have a continuous continuous line. So like, let's say we have these windows here, and I want to specify where these windows are located. Generally, windows are the size of the windows are not generally expressed. It's usually measured to the center of the windows, and the windows are the size of the windows are actually on a schedule, window schedule. So we can, why is that doing, oh, because I already put that on there, huh? So dimension, I have to do the dimension first to the, well, yeah, let's just say to the midpoint of that guy, and bring it out. And then if I click on to the continuous, it's gonna ask me which is the next line that I want. So I'll say midpoint of that, to the midpoint of that, to the midpoint of that, whoops, to that, and then to the end point of that. And with that, I closed off my dimension settings, right? If I did want to indicate how big the windows are, depending on what you're doing, you can also move all of these from the nodal point to, you could edit the location of all of your dimension lines. Okay, so that gets pretty handy if you change your object. Okay, let's say that you change your mind on your drawing, right? So if I say go to the home, click in onto the model space, and then I say, oh, you know, I don't want this to be a perfectly square building, so I'm going to stretch this building so that it is looking like a little bit further out, maybe 1 foot. Notice that our dimension has changed as well. Okay, 25 foot now. So as long as you keep your dimension to your object and you don't mess with it, you can the dimension lines will move with your drawings. Okay, so let me move that back. Okay, so with that you should be able to manipulate your drawings as such. This is something more of what you guys been seeing and recognizing, right? So these guys here, you can move the location of your dimension placement as well. And for that, you might fine tune it. Like let's say I make a little guideline of that's an inch. So offset 1 inch. And that's 1 inch right there. So if I take this and place it to the 1 inch mark, and this one over here, if I do the same thing, I'll have these line off at the 1 inch away from the building, and that is a way to make your drawing look clean. So if I offset this guy to maybe 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, so I could take all of these now and move it to that new line. Whoops. That might look, that might make the drawing look very, very clean. Well, I guess I can't do it all at once. So I guess in that case I could have just used the stretch command and did it that way. Okay, so you could. So what I'm going to have you do for your drawing is to have a set of dimensions on your drawings. Okay. Go back to the annotate, and then I could select another style, which is the align. So if I do the align, that means that whatever I select, like this to, let's say that, the dimension line will come in as aligned to whatever that you selected. If you did not do that, right, if I select the same point using the linear, select that point and that point, it's going to ask me, do I want to go this way or do I want to go that way, right? So there's two types of dimensioning style right there that you might consider using. And let's say there's angular. If I want to state, let's say from here to here, whoops, probably didn't do that correctly. Angular dimension, I don't know why this isn't working for me. Oh, there it is. Select the two points or two lines and then pull the angle out, then it'll tell me that this is 135 degrees. That makes sense because this thing was cut at a 45-degree angle, right? So that's another type of angle dimensioning, or that's another type of dimensioning. If I have a radius, I could do, if I had, let's select that guy since I don't have any other circle on here, I don't think. If I select that object, I can say that that is a radius of 4 feet. Okay, you usually don't make dimension your doors that way, so I just did that just to show you that whatever arc that you have, you could show the radius as the dimension. So there are several dimensioning tools that you can use to describe your project. Mainly this is used for like working drawings and such, but it may come in handy sometimes when you're describing uh, in uh, certain design preliminary design drawings. But in design drawings, you usually don't do these dimensioning stuff on there, but it is good to know. So that is it for the dimensioning.